Greetings and welcome to yet another video from SkyTech Enterprise Solutions. In today's video, we take a look at the Gartner um, information on SIEM tools, right? So SIEM, as we all know, stands for Security, Information, Event, and Management, right? SIEM. And as we all know, SIEM is very important for IT environments for a lot of companies, as well as the federal government. Uh, and so there's a lot of investment in SIEM tools within IT environments, which also translates into a lot of investment in SIEM professionals in IT environments. All right, so let's get into it. As you can see, I'm currently at the Gartner.com website. And I browse over to this page just to take a look at some of the products that have been are being rated by Gartner. And for those who don't know, Gartner is a multinational advisory and research firm, and it's also a member of the S&P 500. Gartner provides insights for clients in IT, finance, HR, customer support, customer service and support, legal and compliance, marketing, sales, and also supply chain functions, and many, many more, right? But our focus here today is looking at the actual products in SIEM, in the SIEM industry, right? And so as we look at the products, first one on this list, and again, I'm kind of filtering or sorting by vendor. Well, I'm sorting by company size, sorry. So company size, we have Splunk, which is a very popular option. And you can see here we have, the 5-star rating is 45%. 4-star rating is 49%. And Splunk is very popular. And that might be because of the tool set, right? The user interface, and then also the trial versions. It's very easy to either install a trial version or register for an online trial version. And I think the UI, I've used Splunk personally for a little bit of time, and I think the UI is very user friendly. Doesn't have too many components that are required in order to start using Splunk. It's very user friendly. And we'll be getting into more detail in my subsequent videos, but this series here, looking at SIEM tools, specifically, we just want to take a look at what the big heavyweight SIEM tools in the industry are, what's widely used, so you know for your information which ones to study or learn or get trained in as you embark into your cybersecurity or just your general IT career. So first one was Splunk. The next one we're looking at now is Logarithm SIEM. And I've heard of Logarithm as well. It's also very powerful. It's a lot of these SIEM tools are very similar because in reality they all do the same. Well, they do almost the same thing, right? So they focus on log management, right? So you want to be able to manage your logs, your log files, log, whether it's log files from your network, your firewall, etc., or you want to look at logs from your servers, your SQL server, your SharePoint server, your Windows server, your Linux servers, etc. And these SIEM tools, so they do the log management, they do event correlation and analytics, right? So they're looking at trends, right? Event correlation and analytics. You want to be able to sit down and look at your traffic and say, I see a pattern here, right? These tools are very good at that. They're also very good at incident monitoring, which means you can set you can look for specific incidents like a breach or um, uh, let's say an account that's operating outside of a certain time frame or time zone or unauthorized access. So many things you can do with that. Um, you can. They also perform security alerts. So hey, if John Doe logs on, let's call that an alert, right? If an unauthorized user somehow pops up on our network, let's call that a security alert, and someone has to go look at it and do something. Compliance management and reporting. Well, these are things that uh, compliance management. So, for instance, if you want to, let's say your CIO or your higher ups come up with some kind of a compliance strategy. Let's say we're going to prevent the attachment size of documents and email messages to X or the file types, right? Or we're going to prevent video upload into certain portals. Um, compliance, that's something that you need to comply by, right? So these SIEM tools are very good at managing, first, being alerted to those incidents, making a big deal out of it, and providing reporting, right? And sometimes the compliance is not even what human beings are doing, is what the servers and the computers and the machines are doing, right? So you want to be able to do stuff like that. Anyway, so the next tool we're looking at here is QRadar. And again, as I mentioned, this is a very brief intro or brief overview to these security information event and management tools. We'll do a deeper dive uh, in subsequent videos. QRadar SIEM, I'm not too familiar with QRadar, but we're definitely going to delve into it. So here someone is saying it's the best SIEM tool by IBM to monitor and manage security logs and events, right? IBM QRadar is a security event management tool. I guess they're missing tool here, which usually helps to correlate security events captured from various log sources and within the enterprise. It's the best tool to monitor the correlation rules, etc. So basically, in a nutshell, it's what I just said earlier. You're managing security logs and events, right? Someone browses to a page that doesn't exist. You get the whatever number you're getting, 404 error of, what have you, 401. Those are all events you can log and say, hey, these pages are broken. You send that log to your web developers or your SharePoint guys and say, hey, folks are, pulling up this page, but it's broken. We're getting all these 404 errors. So you guys need to go track it down and either, put up a page where that's supposed to be and redirect it somewhere else, or put up a real page and say, this is the content where everybody's going to. This happens a lot when you migrate sites to different, um, for instance, if you migrate SharePoint from on-prem into the cloud and people have saved bookmarks to links on-prem, they go click on the bookmark and there's a file not found error, right? These are things that happen. And these SIEM tools will pick them up in the security logs, call it an event. And you can sit back one day and do a report on that and run some compliance management on these things. Anyway, so the next tool here is Trellix Security Manager and Trellix Security Solution. So Trellix Security Manager is an easy to use security software that helps prevent against viruses and threats, applications, and threats on emails and applications, etc. It provides easy to read reports and can be used on both computers, etc. We won't get into too much detail again. We're just getting introduced to these SIEM tools here. And again, some of these tools are very expensive. So once you get into the trial version aspect of it, you want to really extract as much time and use out of it before it expires, because then you're going to have to get another trial version, and then but you're gonna have to use a different email address, and it takes some doing. So far we've looked at Splunk, Logarithm, QRadar, Trellix. Let's see what else is here. Splunk pops up again. This time around is Splunk Enterprise Security. I wonder what's different. So here we have Splunk Enterprise, and it's basically saying it's a unique and powerful tool that's very user-friendly and easy to use basically for all kinds of users. It makes it easy to analyze and search large volume data. And then Splunk Enterprise Security, also by Splunk, so they're calling it Splunk ES for Enterprise Security. It gives us the visibility over infrastructure security. By the use of this tool, it enables us to detect every small details which are over our system and network. The threat detection is very great. Yep. So yeah, we're talking about threat detection, detection and intrusion detection, and what, hackers, Trojan horses, malware, stuff like that. Okay, next one is log point SIEM. Again, easy to use, powerful configuration and reporting possibilities. After years of search of a good SIEM and testing same ones, we found LogPoint as a SIEM that fulfills our requirement. So this looks like feedback from customers, right? So the next one we want to look at is Elastic Security. Elastic Security provides centralized logging made easy. It's overall great experience. Searches are fast, and it does help to investigate events. The setup can be tedious if the environment-specific settings are required. Specific settings are required. I've heard that about Elastic Security because it looks like it's multiple components. If I'm not mistaken here, let's see, Elastic Security setup. Yeah, it looks like I'll do further research on it, but it looks like the setup is not as direct as, let's say, Splunk. Splunk is just one piece of software. You install it, that's your base, and then you can add things onto it. This Elastic Security, see, Elastic search. So, I'm doing a search on my other screen here. Yeah. So what are the components? The basic architecture. Yeah, I'll do some more research on this and let you know, guys. But that's what it is. The setup can be tedious. So this is the first time we're hearing this within this on this page, at least, right? Everyone is talking about easy, easy to use, powerful, etc. But here we ran into the setup can be tedious. So that's something we'll keep an eye on, and we'll take care of that later. The next one we want to see is Securinix, next generation SIEM. Securinix is a multi-purpose security tool that helps with SOC, which is the Security Operations Center. So it helps with SOC SIEM monitoring, threat hunting, UABA, in quotes, insider threat. So your insider threat could be, let's say, phishing, ransomware, data exfiltration. No, no, those are separate. Those are separate things. Yeah. So insider threat is an insider threat. Someone trying to attack your system from within your network. Okay. So that was Securinix. We'll take a look at that. The next one is, and as you can see, as we go down here, there's a comparison between the tools and other tools, and it looks like Splunk is the first contender. It's like a boxing match, but they're comparing everyone with Splunk. right? So that tells you that Splunk is the heavyweight champion, right? It's like you don't compare Mike Tyson. Um, you rather compare other people to Tyson because Tyson is he's the heavyweight champion, right? So something like that. Uh, so anyway, we went from SecureNX. Now we're down to Insight IDR. Insight IDR comes with an XDR agent, which provides IAM security to your Active Directory users. User and device management is far greater compared to other similar solutions. Okay, it acts. All right, we'll get into it later. SolarWinds Security Event Manager. SolarWinds Event Manager can manage and reset our events based on given conditions. Okay. The SolarWinds Event Manager is the best to manage all the network events such as device down, interface down, etc., and it's being used as per our requirement. Okay. Yeah, so I've used SolarWinds in the past, and this whole component of device down, right? You can tell when a computer is shut down, or a server, most importantly, is shut down, being restarted, or the interface, which is the NIC card, has gone bad. Let's say the network interface card has gone bad on your server, and all of a sudden you lost contact with it. Yeah, I know SolarWinds is really good at that, but then again, I used it several years ago, so um, we'll have to delve into it. The next SIEM tool here is Exabeam Fusion. I've never heard of it, but here we go. It's a very good tool, but requires good management to avoid problems in the future. So it's a very good tool, but it requires good management. So that means that this is not for beginners, right? It requires good management. You have to know what you're doing, and you have to know how to do it, and you have to know when you're getting the right result, right? Or not. So anyway, someone says, I really enjoy working with Exabeam because oh, okay, have been improving all the because they have been improving all the I guess he wanted to say they, but whatever. They have been improving all their capabilities through time, making our work easier and faster every time. The visualization capabilities have been improved a lot. Great. Next tool we want to look at is OpenText so this is ArcSight Enterprise Security Manager ESM by OpenText. Okay, that's interesting. Excellent product and good Service. Excellent tool for CM use, case creation, monitoring, and more. OpenText. That name rings a bell. I'm gonna do a quick search off screen here. So it's a company that offers cloud native solutions in an integrated and flexible information management platform. Okay, great. OpenText, y'all. That's what this is. We run again into Splunk, the heavyweight champion. So this one is Splunk Cloud. Now, mind you, the first option we looked at, and I'm going to select this to do a visual anchor. First thing we looked at that was Splunk is Splunk Enterprise, right? And then the next Splunk that popped up was Splunk Enterprise Security, so Splunk ES. And then let's see what else. Looks like Splunk is dominating this chart here. So the next one is Splunk Cloud. So you have the regular Splunk, the Splunk Enterprise, and then now we have Cloud, Splunk in the cloud. So again, they're saying Splunk's phenomenal community lifts up a stellar product. So the product is already stellar. It's amazing. And then you have a phenomenal community of users and developers and builders and what have you, and they lift up an already stellar product. So this product is the heavyweight champion. All right, so let's go. I'll start this review by stating that while we utilize Splunk primarily as a SIEM, other teams within the organization utilize it for data analytics and business process analytics. All right, that is awesome. Let's move on. The next one is Manage Engine AD Audit Plus. AD Audit Plus is the perfect tool to analyze risks in Active Directory. Wow. AD Audit Plus has helped my organization manage and organize our access control systems by giving us deep insight into everything that goes on in our day by day processes. So, for those of you that are familiar with Active Directory, I'm yet to see an organization with an IT department that doesn't have an AD environment. You need it if you're going to have network computers, you're going to have a domain, you're going to have people logging on to your system, right? So Active Directory is very important. And for those who know, it's basically a database of your users, right? So if you have 10 users, you hire an 11th person, they come in, the AD team has to create an account for this person, right? That way, when the person tries to log onto your network, your network will basically say, okay, I know you, John Doe, welcome. By the way, set your password, it expires in 30 days, stuff like that. So that was Manage Engine AD Audit Plus. The next one we're looking at here is Graylog, and Graylog is a very capable alternative, someone says. Graylog has been very easy to set up and add inputs. They're Docker-based solutions. Docker-based solution makes upgrading fast. The product seems very similar to its alternative in most regards. Okay, we'll start over. Graylog by Graylog. Graylog is a very capable alternative. Graylog has been very easy to set up and add inputs. Their Docker-based solution makes upgrading fast. The product itself seems very similar to its alternative in most regards. So Docker is a tool by Microsoft that we can also look into. All right, the next one we're going to look into is FortiCM. So it's Forti and Security Information Event Management, FortiCM, by Fortinet. So the tool sounds like the company name. Anyway, pretty clever strategy there. Empowering cybersecurity with AD, well, with advanced intelligence. Yeah, I nearly said AI, but AI is artificial intelligence, and this is advanced intelligence. So anyway, here we go. FortiCM is a versatile platform for detecting advanced threats holistically, which can be a strong competitor for other CM tools with inbuilt use cases and can be a cost-efficient solution. I like this description here. And again, guys, we'll be delving into this in subsequent videos. I think what I'll do is to pick handfuls. So let's say maybe 5 tools, and we'll follow it, read the reviews, go to the website, um, probably do a download and see what the UI looks like. Who knows? It might be one tool per video because there's a lot to do there. We have to go to the website, download a tool, install it. Whether if it's in the cloud, we'll have to subscribe to it. Yada yada. So we did FortiCM. The next one is Alien Vault. I've heard of Alien Vault, but I've never used it. So let's say Alien Vault Unified Security Management, USM. So that's quite a different name there. Appliance. Anyway, Unified Security Management with capability to most of security needs. It's a unified security management anywhere providing, it is unified security management anywhere, providing many features, threat detection, incident response, compliance management, vulnerability assessment, asset discovery, file integrity monitoring, etc., etc. So asset discovery, that's awesome. That means if a tool, someone plugs something into your network, you're basically going to discover it. You can also discover stuff that's been on your network, for how long they've been plugged in, um, what server got rebooted after patching, etc., etc. So this is great stuff. uh, what visitors are joining uh, your guest Wi-Fi and stuff like that. Vulnerability assessment, file integrity monitoring. I'll have to delve into that and see file integrity. I guess it's is the file authentic? Is it being protected? Heck, is this software that's been downloaded by someone? Does it have the right signature? Right. So is it fake? Does it contain malware? Is it a Trojan horse? So that could be very important if you're dealing with ransomware and people just downloading stuff off the internet at work. Sometimes they have to, sometimes they don't. Anyway, the next one is Manage Engine Event Log Analyzer. So this is an affordable, versatile, but slightly dated event log analysis tool. And you know, event log analysis tool is great. Even if it's dated, it still does. It will basically pick up on your log files. You know what I mean? It may not be the most cutting edge, but you can parse through your log files. Overall, the support for ELA is great. ELA is Event Log Analyzer. We've had a few issues arrive over the time we've used the product, but support has always been able to resolve them. I think the product does exactly what it's. Yeah, so I mean, these guys are straightforward. They're like, look, this is what we do. We're not going to promise you the moon. We'll do what we can do. We'll do what we say we can do, but we're not promising you a Cadillac. It's like a really good Toyota Camry that works, right? When it's freezing cold, it's still gonna start. You know what I mean? That's what this is. So we'll get into it when we get to it. The next tool we're going to look at is NetWitness. This platform facilitates efficient investigation and response. We we're using this product for almost 3 years now, and I could say it works pretty well in our environment, though the interface and overall experience might not be as intuitive or user friendly. This is a big deal. Splunk is very user friendly. Again, I'm comparing this with the heavyweight in the game. As you can see, they're doing that here already. It's comparing NetWitness with Splunk. Splunk is really very easy to use. So we'll get into it, whether we install this or do a trial version. We'll find out. Sumo Logic. I've heard of Sumo Logic in general. I know it's got very different components and software. They do a lot of, I think they're one of the heavyweights. I don't know why it's all the way down here at 4.6 uh, stars in terms of ratings, but who knows? So Sumo Logic, empowering organizations with real-time insights and data-driven decision making. Our overall experience with the Sumo Logic CIP has been positive. It has significantly improved our ability to monitor and analyze large volumes of data in real time and giving us a deeper understanding of our data, yada, yada. Look, this part right here is really, really important. So when it comes to log files, you can always, so for instance, if you have a SharePoint server, and I always divert to SharePoint because it's been my passion for over 15 years. Uh, let's say you have a problem on your SharePoint farm on-prem. So, we all know that SharePoint sits on servers. So in this case, let's say Windows servers, could be Windows, whatever version you want. But your SharePoint is an application that's sitting on multiple Windows servers. So you have your web front ends, your application servers, and then your SQL Server backend. So these are, all this can sit on one machine, or you can have three different uh, virtual machines or physical servers, or you can spread it out and be very elaborate. I've seen environments where their web front ends, they have four different web front ends for to route traffic and do load balancing amongst each other before they pass the request back to the application server. And then your app servers, you can also spread that out. Some apps can be running different uh, applications off SharePoint. It all depends on what you want, right? So you can have a large SharePoint farm or a small SharePoint farm. Um, And then you have your SQL backend. You can have your load balancing on the back end. You can do your log shipping. You can do um, where you have a one SQL server, and then you have the other one as the warm standby or the cold standby or the hot standby, whatever you want. So it's all about how elaborate you want to do your topology, and also how many clients you're serving, or maybe even how many applications that you're running, right? Because some applications are just they eat up a lot of memory and resources, so you really have to spread out your machines and put your servers on steroids. You have to have high RAM, high CPU, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, uh, I say all that to say that you can come back and say, hey, my this site collection here is very slow. When people browse to it, it takes 5 seconds for a page to load, right? So you can go back and look at your log files. You have time. You can go back and look at it after the fact. But when we're talking about in real time, you want to be able to set some parameters so that in real time, when things are happening, you're picking these events, right? You're being notified of these events, and then that way you can spring into action, right? So real time is a big deal. Real time means that you're capturing these log files somewhere and you're parsing it, looking for stuff as the logs are being generated. And guys, as we all know, when these machines are running, when your servers are running, when folks are accessing your network, log files are being generated. Thousands of these little text documents are being generated. Okay, so that was Sumo Logic. We'll take a deep dive into Sumo Logic. The next one is Alien. I think we saw Alien Vault somewhere, didn't we? Hold on, let me anchor that. Yep, Alienware Unified Security Management, USM. And then this one is Alienware Unified Security. Okay, so this one is Appliance, which is Legacy. And this one here is Anywhere. And it's by AT&T Cybersecurity. All right, so this software is a set of tools that work together. Set of tools. Got it. It is incredible as a simple program can provide you with so much security to have a free movement on the web and perform all administrative commercial processes on the internet. We'll have to dive into that one and see what that's about. Microsoft Sentinel, I actually do have Microsoft Sentinel within my Microsoft Azure account. Very reliable data security monitoring application. I agree with that. I love how Microsoft SIEM is able to integrate with other Microsoft services and products such as Azure Defender 365 and the Azure AD. It's perfect for organization that's yada yada. Yeah, this is I'm a at heart I'm a Microsoft guy, so this is totally on point. Next, we have ArcSight Logger, the best data retrieval and archival solution. A great product for log retrieval and long-term retention. Awesome. High-Sec Insights by Huawei. Huawei. All right. Good cybersecurity analysis and disposal tool. Our company and Huawei are very good partners. We have purchased and deployed many Huawei products such as High-Sec Insight Firewall and NCE, yada yada. Okay. Devo platform, noticeably next-gen SIEM. We made a decision to migrate to Devo due to the platform's ability to scale in-house deployment engineering resources, out of the box UEBA and AI capabilities, and support for global data sovereignty. Wow. Okay. So UEBA sounds like user behavior analytics, user and entity behavior analytics. Okay. So UEBA is a cybersecurity solution that uses algorithms and machine learning to detect anomalies in the behavior of not only the users in a corporate environment network, but also of the router, servers, and endpoints. So if you're a user and you you're logging on at 11 p.m., let's say you work from home or you take your laptop home and you're logging on sporadically, uh, this platform here will pick that up, okay? Um, because it's inbuilt UEBA, because it detects anomalies in the behavior of not only the users, right, but it's also detecting anomalous behavior between the router, servers, endpoints, etc. Pretty interesting. We'll delve into it. All right. Next one is Manage Engine Log 360. I think I've used Manage Engine years ago. Anyway, they have a nice mix of products and many options. Good supporting team, nice blend of products with nice technical team to help in implementation. Chronicle SIEM, overall good product, and my organization used it. Google Chronicle is a very good product for SOC services. We are happy and reporting part is up to date. Google Chronicle? Wow. So Google also has a CM2, guys. Yeah, everybody's in this game. All right, we have DNIF Hypercloud by DNIF. It's a highly capable tool and an amazing support team. The DNIF team are a pleasure to do business with, from pre-sales to post-sales support and everything in between, extremely professional and customer focused. The next one is Guru Call Next Gen CM by a company called Guru Call. So Guru Call, good solid product and team. The Guru Call team was very knowledgeable and was easy to work with throughout the experience. The next one is Trellix Helix. I think we've seen Trellix earlier. It's also a great experience as my team became more productive after the adoption of Trellix Helix. IBM Q Radar on cloud. It's basically the same IBM Q Radar, but it's in the cloud this time. Next one is XDR platform by Stellar Cyber. Next generation CM, the responsiveness and inclusion of Stellar Cyber when choosing a replacement solution for our MSS client was beyond what we could expect. Awesome. Security Brain CM by 360, another great one. Handside Enterprise CM platform for our SOC team's core platform. We use a phased approach to implement different security use cases and expand deployment scope step by step. The next one is Hunter's SOC platform. The next one is another Huawei Cloud SA situational awareness. The next one is ArcSight Security Open Data Platform, guys. Crystal Eye has a CM tool, Manage Engine. That's also familiar. And this sounds like a dedicated firewall analyzer. Someone says it's worth the value, especially for logging. Yeah, I think I've used Manage Engine in the past. Maybe around 20, I want to say 2016, oh, sorry, thereabouts. QAX CM by QAX, low cost log sources ingestion and versatile security monitoring use cases. Quax or CAX CM has a very rich log collection capability. It supports numerous log collection methods. Pre-configured with a very large number of log parsing rules. Pre-configured. This is awesome. That means that once you install the software, there's a lot of templates you can use rather than having to build everything from scratch, which means you have to learn something, and that's a learning curve. Some unfortunate soul within your organization is going to be tasked with this. Because I've seen this in some environments where they buy the software, but they don't buy support, right? So some guy within the organization is going to be tasked with learning the software and trying to implement it. And a lot of times it goes wrong in the end, and they have to buy the support that they should have bought when they first made the purchase. But that's what we're talking about here. The next one is Venue Sense Unified Security Management. Okay, that's another tool. There's another one here called Clear Skies by Odyssey. Okay. So guys, you notice as we go down this list, some of these names are not so these are not the heavyweights in the industry, but don't get it twisted. Tons of companies are using these software because the prices might be lower, customer service might be more responsive. It's just like just how life in work, life in general works, or maybe let's say capitalism works, right? So you go to a big name dealer, uh, the warranty might be slightly different. There's a lot more people there. Sure, they have nice coffee, but there's a ton of people there. You go to a lesser known car brand, they might have some really good folks at the counter, and customer service might be better. They might have you that loaner that you need. Heck, they might bring you the loaner. You know what I'm saying? They might drive it to your office, right? So everybody's trying to sell product or move product, as they say on the streets. But so that means that um, you get some kind of perk, like going with a lesser known name brand. All right, so that was log sign unified. Well, I think that was clear skies. The next one is log sign unified SO platform. And guys, I'm going to skip the details here, these comments, because it's a very long list we're looking at. The next one says Wazoo or Waza, the open source security platform. Um, so it's the best CM and cost efficient. I like that, right? So you don't have to be spending $100,000 on a deployment. The next one is Session or Session Open Threat Management. That sounds pretty intuitive there. Open Threat Management Platform. Good product, great, great. A lot of the features are part of the out of the box solution, which is highly convenient. Out of the box solution means that, and so now there's, when you pop open the product from the box, they're saying it has a lot of features. So you don't have to buy the base and then go buy like 10 different add-ons that you need in order to move forward. The next one is Microfocus. Microfocus ArcSight by OpenText. ArcSight Express Legacy. SureLog CM by ANET. Panther by Panther. Alien Vault Unified Security Management for AWS by AT&T Cybersecurity. The next one is Enlighten by Silver Sky Cyber AICS. Outstanding solution, exceptional partner. Next one is Komodo NX SIEM Legacy by XCTM. XCTM, I like that name. Sounds very futuristic. The next one is Blue Myra. Automated detection and response by Blue Myra. And Datadog is a very familiar name to me. I actually like your logo. Pretty cool. Great tool for logs and analytics, right? They're telling you exactly what this is. The logging feature provides details that help us determine if we were leaking personally identifiable information or if a certain user was abusing our APIs. Also, the API, are you talking about the application developer team and their stuff that they create or install? And also, you don't want to leak API, personally identifiable information, which is PII, or personal health, PHI, personal health information. Someone could sue you for that, but it's just something that you don't want to do, right? The next one here is Event Sentry by Neticus.net. Someone says it's a great product and delivers on promise. And then now we have AIL. So basically it's Alpha Big Data Intelligence by DBA. I would say, well, by this company called DB App Security. Okay, we'll keep it simple. Intelligence Security Operation Platform, ISOP by NS Focus. Precise analysis with high accuracy of threat detection. All right, so that's for you cyber heads out there. You know what that means. Whitfu Precinct by Whitfu. XY Gate Security 1 by XY Pro. Mix Mode by Mix Mode. The Anomaly Platform by Anomaly. Okay, guys, you see that I think I've done 60 products so far. If I click on more products, we're going to get a whole new list. Should I click on more products? I think I'm going to stop at 60. because this video is almost what, it's 44 minutes in. But we'll keep looking at the CM tools, guys, because it's good to know what's out there. Some company may have two, one or two of these, or one, or some job interview you may go to, and it's like, oh no, I know only Splunk, and they're like, oh, sorry, guy, we're not using Splunk. We use, you know, something like Blue Miro. So you don't have to know every single solution entirely, right? So let's say you master one CM tool, you're familiar with like three, right? And then that way, when you get a job that has a tool that you don't know, you can still learn it within a short period of time. Because guess what? You're a math, yeah, like you're very experienced with one tool, and you're familiar with three. So a fourth or fifth one, picking up the interface and capabilities will be very easy. I'm not saying easy, but relatively easy. So guys, I'm gonna end this video right here. We're 60 CM tools in, but as we all know, Splunk is well, at least on this chart, it has the best ratings, and we'll keep looking at it because there are tens and tens of these tools out there, but we want to know what's out there by name, get familiar with it as we embark on this cybersecurity journey. All right, guys, I will catch you in the next video, and thank you for watching.